I'm Ben Silverio.
And I'm Ansel Burch.
And it's time to party.
Pew, 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 pew. We are not doctors. We don't give medical advice. Please drink responsibly. This episode was recorded on January 15th, 2024.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Kind of.
Yeah, man. What a...
I mean, it's still the New Year.
Life. It is. It is still the New Year. That's
still
right.
counts. Should we start saying Happy New Year in like March?
I think so.
Yeah. Like if you're seeing someone for the first time in a while?
Sure. Well, and hey, it's a new year since last January 15th. So
it's
I
true.
think that's worth celebrating.
I agree.
In and of itself.
And you know what else? This is the start of our fourth year?
Technically. We did start partway through our first year, but yeah.
Oh, that's true.
No, because we started loading in January of that year. So yeah, this is our fourth year of uploads.
Wow. Look at us doing stuff. Who would have thought?
I know. Time just keeps on ticking.
Time, you say?
Ah! What time is it, Ben?
Well, Ansel, I'm glad you asked because it's time to party.
Woo!
Thank you for tuning in, folks, fellow time travelers, party people.
Right.
We're so glad to have you.
At a rate of 1 second per second.
In theory.
Yeah.
You know, like the classic Bring It On.
just like that. Just that's what I was just thinking. I was like, man, how much like Bring It On is this?
Well, in Chicago, it's pretty cold, right? So
it is.
There must be some Tauros in the atmosphere.
That's that's why the jet stream is doing what it's doing right now. It's that all the Tauros.
You know where you don't have to deal with that? California.
Southern California? Yeah. How those mudslides?
Oh yeah, well.
Wildfires.
It's actually, I mean, like, it's not cold, but like people here are wearing jackets.
Oh yes.
Currently it is 56 degrees where I am right now.
I remember with great love my grandparents who lived in Orange County every year wanting to get in on the how cold it is conversation in the winter, and they'd be, oh, it's so cold here. Yeah, man, we grandpapa had to get out his big winter jacket, and it got down to 54. And meanwhile, we're like in the middle of nowhere in Ohio with the wind blowing across the desiccated cornfields at -9 or whatever. And we're like, yeah, 56. Oh, that is chilly, Grandmama. Yeah, I'm glad you're staying warm.
Well, you know what was nice though? I did have to dig out my winter coat to come see you folks over there in the Midwest.
It was so wonderful to get to see you.
Surprise!
Yeah, it's a good surprise.
Oh, I thought so. I enjoyed it, even though I was freezing my ass off again.
Yep, well, that's it. Apparently, you missed it.
Oh, that's true. The worst of it came later. Party people, this month we are dissecting and institutionalizing. I tried to quote the movie and it didn't work. Yeah, we're looking at the 2014 classic Edge of Tomorrow, starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, directed by Doug Liman, written by Christopher McQuarrie. Like, basically, it's just like big old blockbuster movie up in here this month.
I do wonder if this wasn't Tom Cruise going, yeah, I could do sci-fi, right? Because this was about the same time he did War of the Worlds, wasn't it?
Oh, right.
Which
I think War of the Worlds was
autoplay
a few years before, but
was it? Okay.
But yeah, no. I'm pretty sure that's the conversation that Tom Cruise had exactly. Mm-hmm. he's hanging out with his team, and he's just like, "Hey, I could do sci-fi."
Why do I never do anything with aliens in it? I don't know
But
why that was my Tom Cruise voice, but
no, that's good. I think that's accurate. For a man of his stature.
the Thetans asked him about it, and he was like, "You know what? You're right. You're not getting enough representation."
Yes, but before we get into our thoughts and feelings and critiques of Edge of Tomorrow, as we typically do on this podcast, we are going to give you some rules for drinking and smoking and all around merriment so that you have a good reason to revisit this sci-fi blockbuster.
Yeah, I think this is a good candidate for a drinking game. Whether you've seen it before or not, I feel like it's on like Matrix 1 level confusion for the average viewer. Like, there's enough to keep you going, oh, is that how that works now? Oh, okay, I guess I'm following. Whereas if you were not, if you're a less casual viewer, if you're more of a nerd, more of a sci-fi dork like us, it's very easy to follow. So it's a good one to be a little bit inebriated or intoxicated on.
It is also one that was incredibly easy to pick drinking and smoking rules for, because so many things happen over and over again. So it's like, really, you could just like pick a word or a character, and like each one has so many rules. I did limit myself to 5, but
oh, good.
I could have kept going.
I thought about doing that, and I was like, oh no, that'll kill people. So I'm glad.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad you did some of those. So there are some still in there.
Yeah, because like every time, I think we've done this one before, but every time you see a gunshot,
oh god, yeah,
that would be too much.
Just a constant waterfall for every
so much. Honestly, you could just continuously drink throughout this movie due to the state of war that clearly hasn't changed in 10 years.
Oh yeah, right.
In fact, it's probably gotten worse. Ceasefire and shit. Do it.
Yeah. Here's hoping by the time our audience is hearing this in a few weeks that things have calmed down a little bit. But
oh man, wouldn't that be nice?
I doubt it.
There have been plenty of instances on this podcast where it's been like, oh yeah, by the time the listeners are hearing this, that might not be the case anymore. And usually it still is.
So far, our hopeful wishes have not come through. So whatever that magic power is to manifest, this isn't the show for it. We haven't got that. I don't know.
Unfortunately.
Try Hello from the Magic Tavern or something.
I know, right? Well, to start the party, I think the most obvious rule is to drink every time there's a reset. Like every time we see a reset, take a drink.
Yeah, that is a good first rule. I thought about that one as well. That's a sip. That's definitely a sip.
Oh yeah, because it happens a lot.
Because otherwise you're going to go through your entire 6-pack and then a few more easily by the time the movie ends. That's especially in the beginning. You'll be rip roaring by the first, half hour of the film.
It's true.
But I did have a similar one. My first rule was to take a shot for every new alien type that you see.
Oh, okay.
So we get the first kind of alien that he runs into, and then shortly after there's a new kind.
You mean Brendan Gleeson?
I don't mean Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, okay.
Although I do. Spoilers, I do have a rule for Brendan Gleeson.
So do I.
Oh, good. I think we probably have the same rule for Brendan Gleeson. But yeah. And then there's another alien towards the end that you get a third one. So I feel like 3 shots in just under 2 hours is that's reasonable. Along with reasonable. Any other drink rules that you might do.
Yeah. My next rule was actually going to be a shot rule, just because of the nature of the wording that I chose. But it happens too much for it to be a shot rule. So I forgot how much this actually happens. So take a drink every time Rita shoots Cage to force a reset.
Oh, I have that same rule.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Every time Emily Blunt just straight up shoots Tom Cruise in the head.
Yeah. No, my leg is fine. My leg is fine.
I'm
Bang.
gonna be fine. Oh.
I was reading an interview where someone called it like Wile E. Coyote levels of pain for Tom Cruise's character in this movie.
Yeah.
Just funnier and funnier ways to die for Major Cage.
And once you learn that that's the thing, like it is enjoyable to watch him sort of like eat it in a couple different ways for a few minutes.
Oh, sure.
I think they take good use of that opportunity. All right. Well, since you took my Emily Blunt rule, I will give you anytime Cage finishes someone's sentence.
Oh,
take a drink.
That is a good one. That happens a lot with J Squad.
Mm-hmm.
And not the lieutenant, the
Sergeant?
major sergeant.
Yeah.
Sergeant Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
Take a hit for the Louvre because it takes so many hits in this movie.
Man, does it. It is very kind of Aliens to keep going after our landmark buildings to make the movies more dramatic.
I know, right? But also, my favorite fun fact about the Louvre is that it's basically a mall with a food court with precious art in the basement.
I do think it's very interesting that the stakes of it being the Louvre could have been like way overblown in the scripting of this. Like, the aliens are coming after what truly makes us human, our art. Like we really could have driven that maybe even a little too much. And instead they went the opposite direction and like did not acknowledge what that building means. Just that it is a building that we all go, oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah, the one with the pyramid and its not parking lot.
Hey, that thing from Eurotrip.
Yeah. Haven't I seen Tom Cruise blow that building up before?
He just loves the Louvre.
I mean,
I think he keeps filming so he can get like free passes to go in.
It's a very pretty building.
Sure.
I'm sad to say I've never been inside it.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's cool.
I managed to go on a Tuesday, and they're not open on Tuesdays.
Aw.
Whoops.
What a random day for a museum to be closed.
A lot of things are closed on Tuesdays in Europe and the UK.
Are they? I guess I never noticed.
Yep.
Well, I can tell you the pubs weren't closed.
Oh, yeah. No, the pubs don't close. Yeah. But like Tuesday is the
pubs.
one. Yeah. Hell yeah. Tuesday is the one day they don't do the changing of the guards as well. They do a different ceremony. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yes, I never realized that.
Yeah. So
I should look into that to see what else is closed on Tuesdays.
I think there was
National
something
landmarks
at the tower.
that are closed on Tuesdays.
Yeah, there's something at the tower they didn't do on Tuesdays. The Louvre wasn't open on a Tuesday. I feel like there was another thing.
Ansel, you got to stop doing stuff on Tuesdays.
I got to stop doing stuff on Tuesdays. Yeah, that's clearly. I had this is total tangent, but I had terrible luck when I was doing my little tour during my spring break from studying abroad in the UK, because a lot of things don't open until after Easter.
Oh.
And Easter was a week and a half into my little tour.
Gotcha.
So the whole first week while I was going around the UK, I kept going to big landmarks around, these towns, and people would be like, oh yeah, well, they don't really open up the visitor center in town even until after Easter. And I was like, but that's 2 weeks from now. What? No.
Oh, that's
the
terrible.
nice thing is that, the nice thing is a lot of them were like, but Terry down the road can let you in, or, whatever.
Oh, that's good.
So you still get like to see things. You just don't get the full experience if you go before Easter. So pro tip, check when things open before you book your travel.
That probably is a good idea.
Yeah.
You know what else is a good idea?
What's that?
The next rule that I believe you and I
Ooh,
probably
good.
share.
Do you want to say it together?
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Shot for
respect
Brendan
out of
Gleeson.
Gleeson. Yeah.
We were not good at that.
He's such an incredible actor, and it is unfortunate that his character is so like one-dimensional in this.
Oh yeah.
But it's still just cool to see him on screen.
Absolutely. I mean, like, his storied career has some of the most incredible parts in it. I mean, like, in Bruges, more recently with Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, that was the one I was going to bring up. Yeah. What a freaking powerhouse.
What a freaking movie. That movie made me so sad.
With good reason. I think that was its purpose.
Yeah, right. But, like, you know, many people know him from Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just done so much stuff.
I didn't realize that he was also a director.
Oh, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, I mean, he's only directed one thing that he's got credit for on like IMDb. But I mean, it is specifically mentioned that he's like Brendan Gleeson, actor and director.
Oh,
okay, cool.
I also have to mention Gangs of New York because he's phenomenal in that movie.
Oh, sure.
I don't know why I like that movie so much. I mean, it might be Daniel Day-Lewis, but like everybody really in that movie is phenomenal.
That movie is all about vibes. I think if you broke it down, the plot of Gangs of New York is like super meh. But all the pieces, including the cast, are all top notch. Like the set design is gorgeous, the props and costumes are incredible. The acting is all really solid. The cast is incredible. The only thing that isn't amazing about that movie is sort of like the totality of it.
I thought you were going to say Cameron Diaz's Irish accent.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that.
But she does her best.
She sure does. She sure does. She doesn't do anybody else's best, but she does her best.
Who's worse, Cameron Diaz in Gangs of New York or Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins?
Oh, Dick Van Dyke, easily. Dick Van Dyke every time. Every time, Dick Van Dyke.
But we love Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke's incredible. And the thing that makes me so confident and comfortable saying that is that Dick Van Dyke himself would say the same thing.
Oh, 100%. Oh, man. Well, now that the party has started for the year, party people, you know, now you have a lot of good reason to check out Edge of Tomorrow. And then after you do, you can come back for the next episode, which we'll be talking about the movie in depth and spoilery and all that good stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, so until then, you can find us on the internet. I'm at bsilverio20 on Instagram and Twitter and Blue Sky and Threads.
I'm at The Indecisionist on all those same things, except for Twitter, where I am just Indecisionist, although I haven't posted on Twitter in a while, so, you know, follow me there for vibes, I guess.
Yeah, you know, or at least until it sinks.
Until it falls into the sea.
Yes. Yeah, basically. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag time2party. That's time2party.
And time2party, all spelled out, thanks to Warwick. This has been an Indecisionist production. Special thanks to April Moralba for our podcast art, and to Marlon Longid of Marlon and the Shakes for our amazing theme song.
Yes, we love it. We love them. They're amazing. And so, party people, while you prepare to live, die, and repeat, next time with more Edge of Tomorrow, I want you to remember to be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes!
I don't know why that was the song, but